Welcome back to the Abandoned Audi series. In today's video we're doing some important things, but we're also adding some sauce to this car. Things that I think you guys are seriously going to enjoy. RS3 carbon fibre. And if you're new here, you're probably thinking, well, what does this car actually need? And the truth is, I don't know.
And that's where the professionals come in.
Because before we start doing anything to this car, I need to know if I'm starting off on a blank canvas or I'm fixing somebody else's long lost problem. Now we all know I'm no professional, Exhibit A, so hopefully someone a lot more qualified than us can help us out. And once we know everything is hopefully okay with the car, we can get ripping some of the bad bits off and replacing them with some cool parts. Now, in the last episode where we introduced the car, we started off by giving it a good clean just to see if there was any cosmetic damage hiding under the dirt and dust, but it actually seemed to come out okay, considering the car's been sat in a lot for months on end, not being touched and even crashed into while it was there. The majority of the car looked pretty good. Then we removed the horrible fly eye tint off the headlights because I just wasn't a fan. We took the backlights out so we could remove the tint off them as well. And whilst they were out, I decided to get this rear bumper off because, as we know, this has had a rear end smack and a poor previous repair in its life. So I wanted to make sure everything was okay behind there as well. The beam is good. We have got very lucky. Which, lucky for me, it was good. We then did a full read on the car, which didn't end well.
You can see straight away it says very bad. Engine, 3 issues, that's not great.
But we'll get on to that today. We then ripped out this aftermarket head unit.
What on earth? This car's radioactive.
And replaced it with the original one. And even put some silly Temu bits on the car for a laugh.
On camera it looks so good. Oh my goodness gracious, that looks incredible.
And that's pretty much it. But since that video, someone from Audi has reached out and said that this car really needs looking at before we start doing anything, because it was sat for so long. So that's exactly what we're doing.
So it's time to give this car over to the professionals. They're going to do an oil service, filter change, and they're going to give it a full health check as well because it desperately needs them. I need to know if there's anything wrong with this car. So hopefully this goes well.
And after leaving the car with them all day, they came back with this.
First, coming to your passenger side front suspension components, your outer CV booth is split. Your front brake pads are 30% worn. Coming across to your driver's side front, all okay with your suspension components. You also like to say all of your underbody trims are all okay and secure. And your rear brake pads are 50% warm. Rear, all okay with your suspension components.
So overall, not too bad. But now that's done and we know everything we need to do, we're basically just going to ignore it and start throwing some fun parts on the car. And we're starting off here, the front bumper. Don't get me wrong, this bumper is actually fine. Besides a little previous repair, it's pretty good, but not good enough.
And that's why I bought this.
And in this box is an RS3 style front bumper because the stock one just doesn't look good enough. So let's open it up and see what it looks like. And there you have it, the RS3 front bumper. Well, style front bumper, because this is not a genuine, but I am extremely happy because it's plastic. It's not fiberglass like all these horrible ones that people have and they just are not meant to fit. This one is plastic, so I'm really happy. I feel like this could fit really well. I might swap this out for a proper gloss black one because that one's a bit. Let's put this on and see if it actually fits quite well, because obviously it's not a genuine one, it's a replica. It might not fit the best, so I'm gonna offer it up, see how it looks. To get these bumpers off is actually really simple, even for someone like me. There's 25 torque screws all around the bumper holding on all the arch liners and the under trays. Then you have one 10mm going into the wing and two 30 torque screws on the top of the grille. Then pull it away. And there you have it. Now it's time to check if there's any damage hiding behind this bumper.
And now that bumper's off, we can have a look behind and see if there's any damage. I've noticed my washer fluid is low, but everything seems to be okay, which is really good. I know this did have a bit of damage on the front bumper. I was concerned whether it had a front end smack. I mean, I know this is a bit of a weird shape, but it's too uniform either side for that to have damage. So if it doesn't fit, it's because of this bumper. So let's get it on. Now, in my opinion, the RS3 bumper is the best looking bumper for these cars. Compared to all of the aftermarket ones and all the standard ones, RS3, in my opinion, is the best. That's why I went for the RS3 one.
Now, although this bumper looks the best, I soon figured out I was having an issue actually getting this to fit. It just wouldn't go on. So I thought I'd take out the grille to see if I could get it to sit correctly, because maybe that was what was holding it back. So I did. I offered it back up and it still didn't fit. So I removed these little shrouding pieces because maybe that was stopping it. Put it back on and realised we had a slight issue.
So as you can tell, it is the completely wrong bumper. The whole shape of it is just wrong.
That's right, this bumper is for the facelift day 3.
And plus, the headlights are at a different angle.
That's because the updated shape has a completely different front end, wings, bonnet, slam panel, headlights and bumper. And even though they're the same size, Audi gave them very subtle changes, like the shape of the headlights. So me being stupid, I didn't realise. So this can't go on unless I do a full facelift front end swap.
Now, dreams of an RS3 front bumper, given this car is an 07, they don't actually have an RS3 bumper for this model, unfortunately. So, we might have to change our plans to an S3 bumper or something. I'm gonna have to return this, which I hate doing. We're gonna have to buy a different one. Let's put it back in the box, and let's move on to the next thing. Damn it.
So yes, it's a shame, but we are going to get something on order because I refuse to be beaten by this bumper. We will be back to this. The next parts had to go on my travels to get, but they were definitely worth it.
So after the poor start with the front bumper, I think it's time to put some more parts on this car. Now, we're going to start off with the side skirts. Now, I've bought S3 side skirts, and putting them on the driveway in this weather, battling the light as well, is going to be a bit of a challenge, but I need to see if these fit as well because that front bumper has really thrown my mind. We also have some new seats for this car. I'm not going to tell you exactly what they are, but they are saucy. So let's get these side skirts on and then we can move on to doing some interior bits. Let's hope these fit. I'm praying they do. Right. Let's go out in the wet and put these side skirts on. So here we have them. Now, these obviously do come primered because they don't come painted when you buy them off eBay, but these should look really, really good. The car itself looks really, really high, and I don't like how far that is sat off the floor because it just looks a bit weird. So they're going to basically go on top of the side skirt. Now, the one thing that concerns me the most is the fact that these are actually fiberglass. Now, I prefer plastic things because plastic things tend to fit a lot better than fiberglass, but let's offer them up and see if they actually fit. Right, so straight off the bat, I think this trim here does need to come out because as that sits up, it's kind of in the way. So I'm thinking that might have to come off, or this sits over the top, but they do seem to be fitting okay. So what I might do is get some tape, just run some tape over the top so it kind of sits so we can actually see how these actually line up.
Yes, I'm using sellotape to hold these on. Leave me alone, it's literally all I had.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I literally cannot do anything in this weather. It is awful, but I've kind of got it on. There is a front piece in this box here, so that's an extra piece. I'll have to take these mud guards off, which I don't like anyway, but they actually do fit. I definitely need to take this little piece off here, but they are going to fit, and they do add that little bit more width to the car and make it that little bit lower, which is good because we want this car to look as aggressive as possible. So I think get them painted, they are going to work. Next on the list, seats. Now we all know how I feel about these seats. Probably the worst seats I've ever seen on a car. Horrible.
The Sharpie.
They're just absolutely abysmal. They're awful, they're red, they're literally fading, and they just don't look good at all. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, by the way, Golf GTI is up for sale. I'll leave it in the description down below. If anyone's interested in this car, come and buy it, it's all yours. It's just sat here now, poor thing, because we're focused on this. And what we're doing right now is getting rid of these, and I have bought something very special for them. Now, if I'm gonna take these seats out, I need to replace them with something that's actually pretty damn nice. I can't half swing it, I need to go full swing. That is why I have bought RS3 Napa leather heated seats. Oh my God, these are gonna look so, so good. Front and the rear, we have absolutely everything, but we do need to give them a little bit of a clean before they go in because they're a bit dirty. They've kind of been sat around. The guy did me a really good deal on them, and I literally could not pass up the opportunity to get some RS3 seats in this bad boy. So I'm gonna clean these off, then I'm gonna rip them horrible red seats out and stick these beautiful RS3 seats in them. I can't wait, let's go.
So we're going to be giving these a quick wipe down just to get any storage dust and dirt off, but they were pretty much perfect anyway, so they didn't need a lot. I just hit them with some interior cleaner and they honestly came out really, really nice.
So to get these seats out, I'm pretty sure they're pretty easy. Bolt there on that side, and there's two at the back as well. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, yes, plugs are here. Now I will say this, I'm going to put the driver's side in first because I want to know if they actually fit. I don't want to rip all of it out and then go, oh, they don't fit. So, driver's seat's going in first, we can have a look at how they look, then we can do the rest of it. Jesus Christ, they're heavy. Oh God, I'm going to do this. Oh. Put it in the same way it came out. Don't damage anything. Oh yes. That's probably not right, but they're in. Plug, plug, plug. All the same connectors. You'll love to see it. Final touch. Now come on, how much better do they look compared to them ones? Oh, I know now I haven't got the red in there, it actually stands out quite a lot. These actually almost look cool, but all black, RS3, heated leather seats instead of these. I would say that is definitely the best upgrade so far. RS3 seats, man, they are sick. Now let's get the other side in. I think that way is a little bit easier to do. Whew. Straight in, lovely. I really did not choose the right day for this, Jesus Christ.
Now it's time for the back seats. The back bench just needs a good pull and it should just come out. Then you'll need to take this cover off and remove the 30 torques holding the bracket on. Once that's off, you'll be able to release the two back seats off of its holder, as you can see here. Then you can slide each side off individually, not forgetting to unbolt the belt as well. That's located here. And the English weather is so unpredictable, the sun suddenly comes out, but a storm is coming, typical. So we need to get this done quick. Bolt the belt up first, then slide the two rear seats onto their holders. Put your bracket on and put the 30 torques back in it to hold it down. Then stick your cover back on the top. Put the rear floor back in and we're almost finished. Now you just need to slot the back bench on and clip it into place, not forgetting to put the ice fixes back on. And you're all done, and look at them, they look so much better in black. Front and rear seats in, I could not be happier with them.
And there we have it, rear seats are in, front seats are in, and they look so much better. I love that black. Black on black interior just looks the best. And oh my God, do these front seats just make the interior that little bit better. I'm so happy these fit, so happy. And with a quick move around of the cars, I have one more special piece to go on this car, and it's in here. And yes, conveniently, the weather suddenly gets good when we've finished everything else. And the next thing that we have going on this car, which is in this box, is door trims. And yes, they are carbon fibre. Now, I don't know if this is like genuine because they do look a bit sus, but these were gifted to me from a friend, so I can't complain because they've literally costed me nothing. He was just getting rid of them. But this could look, I'm assuming that's the ashtray. And then we have some door trim pieces. So let's get all these out because I'm skeptical to see if these actually fit on the car because, you know, we haven't had much luck with parts so far. So let's get them out and see if they actually fit. Now, straight off the bat, I can tell you these are not going to fit. And I'll tell you why. It's because everyone seems to enjoy 3-door hatches more than the 5 doors. I quite like the 5-door, but clearly other people know because they are for the 3-door. These are the front, these are the rear, because as you can see, if I just take one of these, they are not going to, I know this is supposed to go this way or whatever, but they're just completely wrong. They don't fit. We need the ones that go here. That's a shame. But I will say, the door card ones might not fit, but the gear stick and the ashtray one might actually fit, and they do look really, really cool. So, hopefully we can make a win out of this. I just knew they weren't gonna fit. It was just typical. Our luck with this car has just been parts not fitting. So, I need to get my head screwed on properly, order the right parts. I mean, these are gifted, so it makes no difference, but let's see if we can get the middle pieces to fit. It's such a shame as well, because they are really, really cool. They would have looked so good. Oh, the carbon on that looks so nice. Oh, that's such a shame. If anyone wants them, let me know. But as I said, we might still be able to make this into a win because this does look quite promising. For that to fit in there, I don't know if this is for an auto or a manual or they're the exact same thing, I don't quite know, but that looks promising. So, I'm gonna rip that out. That actually looks really cool. I like that. So, let's get the original ripped out and see if we can get this to fit. Hopefully it does. That is definitely the ashtray. Please! Give us a win. So now we have it off. I mean, they do look very similar. However, obviously you do have this for the auto. Obviously this is for a manual. Of course it is. So, I don't know if we can swap out the back into this because that just looks like one big piece. I don't know. I'm gonna try and separate this chrome off this and see if we can get this out as well. I'll get this off first because we need this. Get the chrome off this. If it can come off, we'll get this chrome off, put it onto there, carbon fibre piece, bang, straight on there. This car is going to be the death of me, I'm telling you now. But we're going to be consistent. We're going to keep going. Now, I have noticed something with this. Now, the guy that gave them to me said he tried to fit them and they didn't actually fit properly. Because they weren't the best fitting, he just left them and he didn't want to bother trying to file them down or anything. But I have noticed, after trying to get this silver bit off, he's actually split this already, as you can see there. Now, that is just one piece on top of what I can only assume is a genuine, yeah, it is a genuine Audi piece. So if I take that skim off, I might be able to just transfer that straight onto there, keeping all of the original brackets. So I've got a plan. Now this piece, aluminium, has multiple different layers. So what I'm thinking is, because this original piece doesn't actually fit into the manual one because it just doesn't have the right brackets, you have to use this. Now, if all I need to do is take off that aluminium piece, but as you can see, it is spot welded all the way down. So, if I want that to fit, I need to take them spot welds out or just drill them off and then glue the carbon piece in its place. But I don't have any glue with me and I don't want to do that just yet because I don't want this to look awful. So, when I have chance to get some glue, I can then take out them spot welds and then stick that on the top, and then that should fit perfectly in there, and we know it'll fit because it's the original piece. That is the plan for that. So after a bit more examination, yes, this does need to come off, this aluminium piece. It is basically just a skin that goes on top. So we're going to come back to this. I am confident that they are going to fit. So I'm not taking that as a loss. We are not ending on a bad note because that is going to fit. I am adamant I'm going to get it to fit. I refuse to be beaten by this car anymore. It has just been beating me while I'm down, but I don't care how many hurdles they put in my way. This car is getting built exactly how I want it, and they are going on. So overall, I would say today hasn't been that bad. I know we had some fallbacks, however, we are going to come back stronger. The front bumper, I know, it didn't fit. I was upset as you guys, but we have the S3 one on order. Funnily enough, the S3 bumper is more expensive than the RS bumper, even though it's an older car with a worse bumper. I don't know, make that make sense. But that is now on order. The other one has gone back. The S3 side skirts, they fitted. I'm happy with them, so they're going to get painted, and then we're going to install them at some point as well. Probably in the next episode if I can get them painted at the body shop. The RS3 seats, that look absolutely gorgeous. I'm so happy with how they came out. I definitely think I made the right choice with the RS3 seats because they are just so beautiful. I'm so happy they're in there. I couldn't wait to get rid of them red seats. If anyone wants them, feel free to come and take them. They're sat in my garage now doing nothing, so come and collect them. The carbon pieces, I am not taking a loss on these carbon pieces. I know the door cards don't fit, but we can still get those center pieces to fit. It just needs a little bit of glue and a little bit of time and effort to get them to work. So it's kind of a loss because yeah, the majority of them don't actually fit, but some of them will, so we're not taking that as a loss. We've taken too many losses today, so that's a win. In one of the episodes you're going to see, they are going to be installed, I promise. And of course, the servicing done at Audi. Now this car I was scared of because it had been sat for so long. I was worried that it wasn't going to drive right or there was going to be some major issues, but after sending it to Audi, they were pretty happy with how it was. It was really good underneath. Obviously the brakes need doing, but we have plans for the brakes. That should be in the next episode. They've done the servicing, the engine oil's done. It does kind of need a gearbox service, but we can wait for that. But it now drives fine. There's no faults on the dash. It's been serviced. It is ready to drive and now ready for stupid stuff like modifications that the car definitely does not need. It probably needs a gearbox service more than anything, but who wants to do maintenance when you can put fun parts on a car, you know what I mean? I got bumpers to put on. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you are enjoying these videos and you do want to stay up to date with these videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are on our way to 50,000 subscribers. That has been my goal since the 1st of January. And I'm trying to get there by the 1st of January. So 1 year, 50,000 subscribers. That has been a massive goal of mine. So only you guys can help me get there. So please, if you are enjoying the videos, hit that subscribe button, and if you've enjoyed this video, drop a like on the video because it does mean a lot to me. I do look at them every single day. I am always looking at the stats and I really do want to grow on this channel. So if you are enjoying these videos, drop a comment on what you think I should do to this car next because there is plenty of things I can do. And again, if you're enjoying the content, hit that subscribe button. But I hope you guys did enjoy. Stay tuned for more videos like this. There will be more videos like this coming very soon, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.